another video on candied fruit peel. So I've done quite a few different candied fruits now and peels and all that kind of stuff. And I did melon before, but it was yellow melon, and it worked out very nice. And you couldn't tell it was yellow melon. And then I needed some watermelons for something. I wanted the juice for something else. So I've got the skin. So I did think the other day while I was making some candied peel, I was kind of thinking, well, could we use watermelon skin? Why not? It's green, so kind of not what you'd want from a candied peel, but there's Angelica, which is green anyway, which is made from a plant stalk, if I remember rightly. So we should be able to do watermelon skin. So I've got it, I've chopped it, and then we're going to cook it in equal quantities of sugar and water. So it's, I don't know how much peel there was there, but in there, syrup wise, there is 500 grams of water and 500 grams of sugar. It's best to boil the water first and then add the sugar. Otherwise, what tends to happen is the sugar goes down to the bottom of the pan, creates like a raft, and then the heat kind of can't get through it. So it tends to want to bubble and spit and takes a lot longer to heat up than if you just boil the water first and then pour the sugar in, stir it around, melt it, and then add. So make the syrup that way. So you're going to be using like less power that way, and which is important in these times as fuel crisis and all that kind of stuff. So the method's pretty straightforward. Throw it in, bring it up to the boil, simmer it for 5 minutes, let it go cold for 24 hours, and then, like 24 hours later, reboil it, simmer it for 5 minutes, let it go cold. Repeat the process for 5 or 6 or 7 days, depending on what you're actually trying to candy, and then it should have completely candied after between the 5 and the 7 day mark, normally about 6 days. And I haven't got any to kind of show you, but the melon skin went translucent, and so if you kind of tasted it, you'd no way you would guess it with melon skin. So what am I trying to? I don't. I can't think of ever seeing the melon skin anywhere else before being candied. But if you're gonna, like, you don't eat the skin from the skin and the zest, the pith. They said something else. You never get the. You wouldn't eat the zest and the pith and the skin like the outside of an orange, but you candy it and it's delicious. So there should be no reason why you wouldn't eat candied melon skin. You know what I mean? It's just our perception of things. I suppose because we use the zest as an ingredient from citrus fruits, you kind of get around that kind of idea. And there was also something in Cuba where they were taking grapefruit skins and they were treating them like burgers, kind of like trying to fry them like a beef burger patty. Because there were times of sheer like almost starvation and famine in Cuba, and the people were very, 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 very poor. But anyway, so I think it's just like a perception of food. And until you try something and be a little bit open-minded. But anyway, I'm waffling as always. So it's come up to the boil. Set the time for 5 minutes. As soon as it starts to simmer, turn it down, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. And then I'm not going to show the process every day. We'll kind of show the process at the end, and if it works or if it fails. And if it fails, I'll show the video. If it works, I'll show the video, because failures lead us to interesting places, you know, as much as anything else. Yeah, I think we successfully fail. We'll do something about that. Fail forward, wasn't it? You know, and I think that's it. So that's boiling. It wants to simmer. About that, nothing much happens in the first few days. It kind of looks a bit like nothingy, but once like 4 days kind of happens, then it starts getting a lot more candid. But anyway, we'll do that. But there we go. 5 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. And the next part of the video will be a success or a failure part. So We've had about 9 boilings now. Is that about right? Yeah, I did it on last Sunday, so 7. And then I did it again on Sunday, and it's Tuesday today, so I did it 7, 8, no, 10. We've had 10 boilings because I did it again this morning. And what I've noticed over the last 3 days, or 3 boilings, that nothing has kind of changed, and the skin has got a little bit of crunch to it, which it's not unpleasant. It's not unpleasant, but I don't think it's going to get any. Let's get a big bit, and then when I crunch into it, you might be able to kind of quite hear. But it's gone. It's gone translucent. So it's green and it's gone translucent. You can almost see through the. Yeah, you can almost see through the skin. That's not particularly the best kind of view. Can I see a little bit better there? Is that better? Yeah, you kind of get the idea. It's gone translucent, but the skin has not broken down in the same way that the orange skin kind of breaks down. Well, it doesn't break down; it just becomes soft. But there again, orange skin is kind of soft when you bite into it anyway. You must have done it. We've all done it. Bite into an orange to kind of, if it's the skin's been a little bit tough and you kind of bit into it just before you kind of start peeling. But anyway, so the yellow melon, honeydew melon, did go soft. This hasn't it. It's got a bit of a crunch to it. So let's see. Hopefully the fridge won't kick in and make a noise. So we'll just see if you can actually hear it. So it's got a bit of a crunch to it. That's not going to lessen in time because it's completely candied now. Look, it's not unpleasant to eat. It's nice. You wouldn't be able to tell that it was a melon unless you actually got a bit, some of it's got a little bit of red on. So you can obviously, I don't know, I mean it's not kind of worth cutting the skin off, is it? I don't think. That's quite a good view, isn't it? It's not worth cutting the very outside of the skin off and just kind of doing the white. I suppose you could do if you really wanted, if you're really kind of desperate, and leave some of the red on. That'd be kind of quite pretty, wouldn't it? But you don't really want to waste the red because that's what you want to eat. So, kind of a success. It's nice. Well, it's just sweet, isn't it? It's not. It is what it is. But a worthwhile experiment. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. I think next time we bake it in a cake, we'll bake it in a cake. I'm not going to put it in like a Christmas cake, like a rich fruit cake. I'm not going to risk putting in that. But when I'm baking like a cake, we might just kind of have a go at that. This is an update on the banana skin. So the banana skin that I did has kind of gone crystallized. So it's gone like sweeties. And there's a crunch to that because of the crystallized sugar. But you'd never be able to tell that was banana skin. There's a faint taste of banana to it, but that's kind of quite interesting. So I might just turn this into put it into like a banana loaf. Go out and buy some bananas and kind of see what happens when you put it in a banana loaf. I think it'd be kind of quite nice. I think it'd be interesting. So maybe we'll do half the banana cake with that, and then put some of that in the other half, and then we'll kind of see how what happens with it when you put it in a cake. Which might we'll see kind of, it's alright when you eat it, but you kind of, we're going to use it in things, so you kind of want to know. It might be alright in a whatmacallit, in an ice cream. Not necessarily a sorbet or a gelato, but it might be nice stirred into an ice cream. So maybe those are kind of ideas that what we might kind of do with it. I say we, there's only me. So I'll have a think. But that's it. So it kind of works, but not in the best way. So is that a success? I don't know. I don't know if that's a success or not. It's certainly not a failure because I'm going to do something with it, and it's not, and it kind of works, but not ideal. But different textures are interesting, aren't they? You know, sometimes it's nice to have a bit of a crunch in something. You don't want something just soft all the way through. You don't want something that's just all sweet. You don't want something that's all just sour. You want like different flavors and kind of textures. So, but anyway, interesting all the same.